3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. We're here. Oh boy, what's up, you guys? I am in here in a rainy night, a rainy evening. Yes, this is your girl Rachell coming to you live right here on TikTok. Thursday is going to be our regular day that we're going to be bringing you something that has to do with your health. I brought it back today, even though I did something yesterday, because I have been saying to you for the last few days that we're going to be talking about hypertension, and I really had my guest to really, she was going to do that, but she just got her lights back on today, and they're just trying to get things, because she was in that storm, that hurricane in Texas, in Houston. And so I just said, you know what, I'll just bring them the information. I'll just bring you the information because I definitely want you to know, because, being a health coach, you want people, when you know something that can help somebody. And when I'm about to talk to you, like I said, her thing was we were going to talk about hypertension. What's up, Queen? What's up, sissy girl? The Queen, Sally, Sally Reese. Big Orange, Loretta, what's going on, you guys? Welcome on, come on in. So, like I said, this was not originally, I wanted her to really speak to you about it, but because I had promised it, I didn't want to go another week, but she's going to be my guest next Thursday, and we're going to change it, but we won't have the same topic on hypertension, because we're going to talk about it tonight. So yeah, come on in, because I gotta talk to you, because I love you, and some things you just don't know. You don't know till you know. You're gonna know about some of the stuff, but some of the things I wanted to bring to you. I was sitting there writing down stuff too, so I wouldn't forget some of the things, and that I wanted to share with you, because hypertension is a huge thing, and you may be having symptoms and have no idea that this could be related to hypertension. And when I tell you the average of people who have it, not good. And I guarantee you, everybody on this, like I said yesterday, I guarantee even more so, everybody, all you guys that's signing on here, everybody you looked at today, everybody you work with today, everybody you have contact period with today, you either have it or you definitely know some people that got it. Because when I tell you over 48% of people have hypertension, that is cray when you really think about it. And it's nothing good can really come from it. But can you get it under control? Yes, you can. You can get it under control. Abby, you can get it under control, John, Otis, Linda, yes, you can get it under control, but sometimes we just don't even know how. We don't even know we have it, and sometimes we're too scared. You may have it, maybe too scared to look at the number. I'm like, if I don't see it, I can just kind of ignore it. No, because we want you to be around a long time, and hypertension can be one of those things that can check you out of here. And that's one of the reasons I didn't want to wait another week, even though I just did a health thing yesterday. But we're going to be doing health things like once a week on Thursdays. We're going to confirm the time with her next, when I talk to her later, and I'll let you know. So when you come on, she's full of knowledge, and she's going to be my guest, and hopefully we'll be bringing great things to you so you can know how to keep your body healthy, like the same thing I'm trying to do. I'm doing as well. Your family healthy, your loved ones, period. Okay, so as you come on in, I want to tell you a little bit about this. Tonight we're going to discuss, I won't make it real long, I hope, because I got some other stuff I got to do, but I definitely wanted to bring this to you. But let's speak about hypertension, as high blood pressure. HBS, high blood pressure, HPP, I'm sorry. So there are usually 7 things that causes that are pretty much maybe could be some of the things, like I said, overlooked because you probably don't even know that it's even related to high blood pressure. So I want you to listen. You can take notes. You can come back and look at this as well. And you can always text me or private message me or whatever. And if you have other questions, if I can't answer, because I am not a doctor. But I and just continue to learn, because when your body did what my body did, I want to know what's happened. So you start to learn other things so you can share. And then you learn for yourself originally, but then you share. So if you know it, you got to share it with your fam. And you guys are my fam as well. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. As I told you, high blood pressure, 7 out of 7 overlooked causes of high blood pressure. 48%, as I said, of people have high blood pressure. That is 47%. That's what, half of the population? That's why I told you, you're going to know people. You're going to, if I don't care who you're standing with, if you're in a relationship, one of y'all going to have it in most cases. That's half of the population. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Simon. Hey, Barbara. Shirley. Crucian, how you doing? I want y'all to listen to this, okay? Listen to this. That's 116 million people in the U.S. that have high blood pressure. 116 million. So when I was checking that out, I said, okay, well, how many kids suffer with high blood pressure? 1.3 million kids are affected also by high blood pressure. That's scary. That's scary. Did you know that high blood pressure is just a system? It is not the cause. It's just a system, but we think it is the cause, like a high blood pressure. But it's the system. But now, by having it and what leads you to it, that's one of those things that can also cause your demise. It can cause your demise. And so that's what we don't want. We don't want. And so some of the things that's linked to high blood pressure are, it's like, well, let me tell you this. Well, first of all, a lot of it is what we're eating too. And the people that's supposed to protect us, like the FDA, the scientists, the public, the politicians and stuff like that. When I did a paper back years ago in college on what's the blue sugar equal, the FDA didn't approve it for a long time because of all the side effects and that it ate brain cells, because it's all chemicals, right? And when they finally approved it and put it on the market, I had no more respect for the FDA, because if you did that and you knew what it caused, I said it's about the dollar. They don't really care for us like that. So I lost a lot of respect for them, and so I just but they're supposed to be the ones that protect us against stuff, But a lot of this stuff that, we get it from our food, and then it gets from sodium, from so many different things. And so we're going to discuss some of those tonight. Some of the things you might see, you might get blurred vision, dizziness, lightheadedness, like exertion, you get exerted kind of easily. Even nosebleeds, headaches, reoccurring headaches and things like that. Even anxiety. And something you would think, how could this be related? Like fatigue and heart palpitation, fatigue and heart palpitation. Because you think, how can that? But it can. So one of the things, remember, high blood pressure, like I said a while ago, it's a symptom. It's not the cause. Having kidney issues, elevated blood pressure, and definitely high blood pressure can affect all of that. All of that. And these are just a few of the things. Eye problem, like I said, blurred vision, double vision, because it's putting pressure on the optic nerve. When your pressure is really high, it's putting pressure on your optic nerves, and that can cause those things. And also, like I said, the headaches and reoccurring headache, all those things, dizziness. And so as I'm saying this, then start thinking about if you've experienced any of these things, because if you have, you make sure you have that. Don't be scared of the number. What we can do, learn the number, and let's see what we can do to help fix the number, the diastolic and the systolic. We need to fix it. Also, when you have high blood pressure, it's just not in your arteries. Most of us think it's just in the arteries, right? But no, it's throughout your whole body. It's systemic. So it's throughout your whole body. Your kidneys, your heart, your stomach, it's throughout the whole body. But we would think it would just be in our artery, but it's not. Um, so some of the things, like we said, stroke, aneurysms, even sexual dysfunction, it can show that, and that's big for the men, right? So if you don't watch or take control of it, it can be really a problem, a real big problem in the bedroom for our men, right? And so because it affects the arteries, what I just said is it affects the arteries, but it's not just the arteries. And so your arteries, we want the blood to pump through, but if your blood's not pumping through correctly, you can't get an erection. You are not going to have no fun. You are not going to have no fun, because that's when you start taking them pills. But see, again, then you're adding more onto the problem, because we're not fixing the problem. So some of the other things, because like I said, it's underlying things that we don't know about. So let's talk about the 7 main causes. So one is the lack of magnesium. The lack of magnesium. It's the chill pill, guys. It's the thing that causes the blood vessels to relax. Where the blood can flow through, but they're all stiff and rigid. It's not going to happen very easily. So I think when you get your blood, you should be able to tell where you're at on magnesium. Because when you don't get the magnesium, and your blood and your arteries get restricted, that makes the blood pump harder, and that makes the blood pressure go up. So we want to check that. Another one is toxicity. Our bodies are toxic. You hear me talk about that anyway, toxicity. And I always talk about doing a detox. Get this crap up out of your body. Most comes from your food, what I was just telling you about. If you are eating, as we call the standard American diet, think about this. If you're eating, again, the standard American diet, and what you like most about it, that it tastes good, and it might be cheap sometimes, then you're getting a lot of toxic, you're putting a lot of toxic crap in your body, because our standard American diet is nothing good, is not much good to come from. It really isn't. Because when you're eating a standard American diet, think about it. You're not eating a lot of whole foods. Like I said, food with one word. You're eating and then they're making them cheap. They're making this stuff last longer. All these poison stuff they're putting in it to make it last longer. So what do you think? And we all know that food is going up. We know that that is a huge issue. We know that. And I hate that. Stuff that was costing $3, now it's costing $10. So I get that too. But it's wherever you can save at, wherever you can just, maybe save over here so you can get some other better things to go in your body. Because that standard American diet is nothing good that comes from it. Because if you're eating that food, you will be toxic. And it's going to elevate your blood pressure, because it's all the stuff that's put in the food, right? And so, and that's, again, this is a good reason to detox your body. I always say, we get our oil changed in our cars. We make sure our filters are good in our cars, so our car won't be popping and puttering and all that. If we do that with our cars every, 3 months or so, or every however many 100,000 miles, or whatever that 10,000 miles, whatever that is, would we do that for our own body? Because we constantly putting food in our bodies. Wouldn't we want to do that for our own bodies? Another reason, elevated levels of cortisol. Cortisol, it will raise your blood pressure, because it's constricting, again, your arteries. It's making them smaller and smaller, which constricts your blood vessels. And that's causing people to have high blood pressure. Other things that cause is like steroids, estrogen levels high, elevated, your blood pressure, all those things. So, cortisol is another thing. And a lot of times they check when we get all hyper or we get stressed or whatever, we gotta lower our cortisol levels. We gotta lower our cortisol levels. And and another one, number 4, insulin resistance. Did they say most people are insulin resistant? No, they said that about me too. It says insulin resistant. That's when blood levels, like your blood system, it's like it's the blood that's making it harder. Your blood is thicker, and it's making it harder to go through your vessels. It's making it harder because it's thicker, and so it doesn't go in. The insulin can't go in. Your insulin can't go in into your bloodstream. Can't go easily because of the thickness of your blood. It's like the sugar. It's harder for the sugar to get into the muscle cells, and that leads to you to maintaining a more sodium in your body, more fluids. If you got more sodium, because they say high blood pressure is more sodium. So if you can't get the sugar and stuff to go into the muscles the way it's supposed to do throughout your body, then it holds on to more sodium. More sodium holds on to higher blood pressure. So it's just kind of like a continual cycle. Because we need to get the blood pressure down, and we need to get the blood vessels, to where it can and get the blood lighter, so it can get through where it needs to get throughout your body. And that's your muscles throughout your body. Your blood got, all that thickness in your blood is very hard for that to happen. Number 5, I talked about this yesterday, obesity. Obesity. That's concerned. That's excess fat in the body. Not that you have, and it's not so much about just the fat, but a lot of excess fat, and they don't even talk about visceral fat. If you have fat around your circumference, that's the most dangerous fat ever. That's the most that can cause all kinds. I used to hear that a lot back in the day. When they said when you have a lot of fat around your circumference, that's where your organs lie. A lot of it. And so when you have that fat, that leads to a lot of disease, a lot of sickness. They said only two pounds of visceral fat should be around your stomach. But many of us, myself included, have more than that. So we definitely want to get rid of that. We want to get rid of this of the visceral fat. And it's not about, like I said, it's not about, because I always said, if you can look good, hey, if you want to, because people can be where they want to be and be proud of their body, I hate to do that by all means. But if it's affecting your health, that's where the line got to be drawn. If it's affecting your health, because your health, what do we have if we don't have our health? What is all the looking good going to be if you're going to still fall over early in your grave because we look good or we weren't taking care of our body? 75% of Americans are overweight or obese. And they're saying African women, it's about the same amount. It's about the same amount. Excess body fat. It wreaks havoc on your metabolism. I started thinking about what I was saying yesterday. Well, I have all this excess, so my metabolism, like I said, it went somewhere, and my hormones went the other. So I can see that. Visceral fat is the most dangerous kind of fat, and we need to get that down as soon as possible. Very dangerous. When it goes down, your high blood pressure can go down as well. Your body gets healthier. Visceral fat, like I said, is one of the most dangerous fat. You may have some fat on your body, but you don't want. And I love when you see a lot of people, they can be big, but they have a really flat waist. That's one of the pluses for that, because they have a flat waist. But those of us that carry it in our stomach, in our gut, and a lot of people carry it even more, Like that. I think it's what's the shape? Is that an apple shaped person where they're big up here and they're really small, so they're not evenly. They're not. They're not evenly. They're not. That sounds kind of rough, but they're just big here and they're small in a lot of areas. Their legs are small, their arms are small, but around their gut area, they hold a lot of fat there, and we definitely need to get that down. Number 6, elevated systolic blood pressure. That's when the heart is contracting. Like diastolic, just to talk about knowing what that is. Diastolic, I used to get them mixed up, but diastolic is when the heart is relaxing. Systolic is when the heart is contracting, like it's either beating or is not beating. And so when diastolic, when it means most of the arteries are stiff, when that pressure is high, that means a lot of the arteries are stiff. Shouldn't be stiff. They really should be flimsy. That causes some pressure in your blood pressure, making that higher. Making it higher. So So when you go to the doctor, when they're checking your blood, or when you go to CVS and you put it in there and you see that, well, beating, if it's high, then you're having some issues. Your arteries are stiff. Your blood pressure, 110, 120 over 70. 80 is not bad. 75. But when you get to like 190 over, or 140 over 90 over 95 or 110, we got some issues there. That stroke's waiting to happen. Heart attacks waiting to happen. And we don't want that to happen to none of you. None of you, not to me, not to you. That's why I'm working like I don't know what, trying to get this down. Off, not down, off. I don't even want to lose it. I want to just rid my body of it. Because if I lose it, I might find it. I'm never going to find it again. T-Man, Miss Thing. I'm not planning on finding it again. And then we have our number 7 is our lymphatic blockage. You heard me talk about detoxification and things like that. Well, the lymphatic blockage, that's like our sewage system. It's like the toilet and like our plumbing system in our body. It's where the waste is dumped. It's dumped out. And it consists of vessels, lymph nodes, and it's like in the folds of our body. Because a lot of them, we have them here on our arm, elbow, stomach. It's in different folds of our bodies. And because that's where you see where most people sweat. Where the drainage, where you can feed it, and that's where the most smelly is, right? So it's our dumping ground. And when the plumbing gets backed up, the lymphatic system, it causes spikes in our blood pressure. Because did you know that our body only have 4 to 5 or 5.5 liters of blood in most adults? But the lymphatic system have over 6 to 12 liters of lymphatic fluid in our bodies. So it runs, and so it's very important that we keep that lymphatic fluid moving. And because when it starts slowing down, because it gets toxic and it gets slower because of all the crap, because it's all toxic and it's not dumping correctly, we got some problems. Detoxing your body is so freaking important. It's not, I can't even stress how important it is. Our lymphatic system, that's why that's, that little, I have a little vibration table now, or a little vibration plate, because it helps to move the lymphatic system, lymphatic fluid throughout our body. We need, like when we jump in on our trampoline, helps to remove the lymphatic. It's important because most of us lead very sedentary lives. Even if you go to the gym every day and you work out 1 and 2 hours, think about it. Even we still live sedentary lives. Because back in the day, you know, our ancestors, they was working from sun up to sundown because they worked for their food. It wasn't just going to the store. Like I said, they didn't have refrigerators for a long time. So they had to really cook the food. They had to go pick the food. They had to plant the food. They had to walk to the store to get the... So they're constantly moving. We don't move like that. We don't move. We don't. We do not. And it's not saying you got to live in the gym all day. But what we're saying, we got to start moving our bodies more. If you worked out in the morning, go for a walk that evening. If you got a sedentary standard, like a bike at home or treadmill, walk on that. We got to move more. When you're at work, get up and walk down the hall a bit. Go to the bathroom. Move our bodies, because even if you work out, think about it. You work out, you go to the gym. When you leave the gym, you ride in your car to get to work. You're sitting. You get to work, you sit down at your desk. You may get up to go to lunch. You may get up to maybe run an errand, but you come back and you're sitting. You leave work, you drive home. You drive home, then you sit down, you maybe cut the tube on, or you may eat dinner. Then you sit down and read the paper or read a book or whatever. And then we lay down. We don't move that much. But thank God you are getting some workout in. But I'm just saying our bodies need a lot more than what we give. Even me being in the gym it don't matter. I need to do more. That's why I do stuff at home. But now I'm going to have to incorporate stuff on purpose almost at least 5 days a week. 5 more. Even if I do something at the gym. So, I wanted to bring this to you tonight. That's our 7. I wanted to bring this to you. Do y'all remember what they were? The lymphatic system, elevated systolic blood pressure, obesity, insulin resistance, elevated levels of cortisol, being toxic, and magnesium. That's your 7. So any of those things I just said, if you feel any of that stuff, go get your blood pressure checked. And sometimes, because I know sometimes mine would just be like random high sometime, and then it'll go right back down. So one of the don't know we was on that board, because I usually always had good blood pressures. And that was one of the things that didn't really happen, but it was kind of jumping there for a little bit, but it's, you know, it's stable. And we want that for you guys as well, because like sometimes you just don't know what you don't know. You just don't know what you don't know. But if you are a person that's put food in your body, and I think most of us do, you need to detox. There's no ifs, buts about it, baby. You need to detox. That's getting rid of all that stuff, a lot of that stuff that we've been carrying around. They said that's, like I said, 10 to 20 pounds of that stuff that's in our gut. Right now, it can't get rid of it because our lymphatic system's all jacked up. This stuff is just jacked up. So, I wanted to bring that to you. Like I said, we won't be talking about health stuff, but once a week. I just did it 2 times this time because, come on in, because my sister just made, you can't see these, see that? Some greens, we call it, and haven't had them in a while, and so we do a lot of vegetables around here, and but we need to detox our body. If we're putting food in our body, even if our body's more important than just getting that car, that oil change in your car. All you have is your health, baby. All you have is your health. So I'm gonna let you go and finish enjoying your evening. But I wanted to bring that to you because, like I said, I know she was the one that was originally supposed to bring it to you. She is, like I said, just recovering from a hurricane. They just got their lights back out 3 or 4 days of being off, and 1 million of them people still in we got to continue to pray for them in Texas. It's just all over the world, but definitely right now in Texas because of what they're still going through. And some people have died from that awful storm. And so, but she couldn't come tonight. So I didn't even mention it again to her. I just said, I'll just bring it because I had brought it, said I would. I was going to bring her, but I didn't want you to wait anymore. So you guys enjoy your evening. And the information is never to scare, but it's just to give you acknowledge so you can acknowledge things that's maybe going on in your body, or someone, if you hear these symptoms, or somebody keeps saying, I keep getting a headache. Oh, my eyes are so blurry. You're like, What's your blood pressure? When last time you had a check? See what I'm saying? Half of people, half of America, they have it. So you definitely know somebody. So anyway, love you guys. Thanks for hopping on. I really appreciate you. And like I said, if you want to know more, you go ahead and you hit, you want to know how you can detox. And I mean a good detox. I can't say all detoxes are equal, but I do know there are some that's really good. So, and I can share that with you if you like. So you guys have an amazing night. And I always look forward to talking to you. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.